Hi. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys something that I learned this morning, actually. Very early this morning. I usually do my videos at like 6:45 in the morning, and so this is different because I'm pretty much like 12 hours later than normal. So I have been using Splurge for my brows for like what feels like forever, definitely over a year. I've been using Splurge for my brows, and what is that? Oh, look, there you guys are. Okay. What up, Shannon? Hey, Penny. Hey, Amy. If you guys are watching me, say hi. So I've been using my Splurge for like over a year. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Heather. Hey, Becca. So I love it. I love my Splurge. I really love how easy it is. Hey, Brandy, to use the Splurge and how it stays, right? Okay, but I've had the brow palette for a while now. I mean, at least a month or so, and it's just been sitting in my drawer because I'm kind of afraid of it because look, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. And I'm like, is it even gonna tell me how to use it? And it does actually give you a little bit of direction on there, but I was like super intimidated to even try it. And plus I really like my Splurge, so I thought like, why even bother? I think I stuck my fingernail in there. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how I use it. I literally just used it for the first time today. Oh, you shouldn't even be scared at all, Penny. You're gonna love this. So I'm doing one eye, because I'm going to do that brow, and I just want you guys to be able to see the difference in the lashes and the brows together. So I was going to do both lashes, but I just figured I'd do one real quick and let you guys see the difference that doing just lashes and brows will make. Like, so it's not even about like the mascara, it's not even about the rest of your face. I do have a little bit of BB cream on right now, like as a moisturizer, but I don't have any other makeup on. So that is important to know because it's not like I'm like showing you some tricks using other makeup too. It's like literally just your lashes and your brows. But this is like, it's like stupid easy. I thought it would be really scary and difficult, and this morning was the first time I did it, and I was like, I gotta do a video because especially like it's our kudos. I can't tell you guys to use it if I've never used it, and honestly, I think I might switch from the Splurge to this because this has the highlight and this has the double colors, the ombre, which I haven't been able to do with Splurge unless I wanted to buy 2 colors, right? And this is everything right here in one compact little kit, and you don't have to worry about it drying out because although I love the Splurge and it lasts a long time, sometimes I do have to spray it with rose water if I'm getting close to like a year of having it because I mean it dries out. So this is what the palette looks like, and it's numbered. I'm gonna actually try something a little bit different because it's numbered 1 and 2. I think it's telling me to do the lighter color first. I normally would do the dark color first because the dark would be the main part of my lashes, but while I have you, so this is like a first time for me again because I didn't do this morning, I'm gonna try to do the lighter color first and then the darker color. So if it looks a little funky, like just bear with me because it's the first time I've done it that way, and it's only the second time I've even used this palette. So I use the Brow Artist brush. We have a new brush that has this end to it, but the other end is a spoolie, so you can brush your brows. And it is important to brush your brows. I typically do that with my serum because that has the spoolie on there, but I prefer this brush because I use this end for the highlights and I use this end for the brow, right? Okay, that's a good question, Brandy. So these 2 are a powder and the rest is a cream. This is like a cream to, or a, I don't know if I would call it a powder to cream or a cream to powder. It's pressed, it looks like a powder, but it actually, when you put it on the brush, it's more like a cream, but it's not like a cream like this one, and it's not a wax like this one. So this is a wax. This is definitely a cream, and this is like kind of an in-betweener, but it goes on like a cream, if that makes any sense. So you do the powders, then you do the wax, and then you do the highlight, or the highlight and then the wax, which it doesn't matter in that sense because the highlight is going underneath and the wax is going on the actual brow. Okay, so I have the brown on here. So I'm gonna do, and let me see, oh, I have a mirror here. Duh. Freaking, I'm an idiot. Let me take this case off of here so I can have a pretty clean mirror. All right, so I'm gonna use this mirror to do it because it's really hard to do it in the camera. But the good thing about that is I don't have to like lean to the side for you to see. So again, I don't normally do the inner part of my brows until I'm like finishing with everything. That's like the last thing I do. So this is completely the opposite for me. This is like brand new. Becca, I did not see the first part of what you said. And can I scroll? They're all a little different. Yeah, they are all the stuff in here. Yeah, it is a little different. So you have like 2 powders, 2 like creams, kind of creams, and then 1 wax. And the wax is tinted. I mean, the wax shows up brown, but I think it actually is going on like pretty clear because you've already got the color on. Oops, I'm using this. So I actually just use the flat side of my brush like this. Let's see if I can make sure you guys see. And I just lightly go in. So like basically where I really need to fill in my lashes is right here. I have like no hairs there and I want that fullness that I see in people. So that's why I hold the brush flat and sometimes almost a little bit angled, if you know what I mean, like not flat like this, but a little bit angled so it sticks out at the bottom and isn't totally like a flat line like or a straight up and down line like this, but almost an angle just to give it a little more natural look. And I have had people tell me like, oh, you don't need to fill in your lashes, and I get that like my lashes are pretty dark, but they're not what I want them to be, so I do want to fill them in. But I can agree that maybe I don't need to do as dark of a lash or as of a brow. Have I been saying lashes this whole time? I don't need to do as dark of a brow as I have been. I can do a lighter brow and still get a really nice filled in, what is the word I'm looking for? Defined brow. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I want that definition. I want them bold. I mean, I have dark hair. I don't want light eyebrows. I want dark eyebrows. All right, and just so you guys know, I'm like really taking my time so that I do it perfect for you guys, but I don't work this hard in the morning. I go to work. I did say lashes. I knew it because I was like, I've been saying lashes this whole time and I mean brow. I also use the other end of this to kind of erase things when I do them wrong. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on to number 2. So just keep in mind when I'm doing things on camera, it takes me a lot longer than it takes in real life. I'm talking, I'm explaining, I'm showing the steps. It really never takes this long in real life. Like when I do a 5-minute makeup video and I'm talking to you guys, it's most definitely over 10 minutes. But when I do it at home and I'm not explaining anything, I run through it. So I want you guys to realize that this is not going to take quite as long as it would if you were not doing a video. All right. That's pretty good. So this is like light and natural. I feel like I want to do more because I'm used to more, but that's pretty filled in. And see, look at the difference from that side. Now I've already done this part right here. Hey guys, if you're watching me live, give me a shout out. I'm trying for the first time live this palette, and I literally did it for the first time in real life this morning. So if that tells you anything, that's how easy it is because I'm confident enough to go forward with it. Yeah, and Becca, like I totally, hey, thanks, Janie. I totally just sold you on the splurge, which I love, but now I'm like, oh crap, like all my people that I got to love splurge are just gonna be like, now they're gonna have to like try this one or be like, Whitney, what are you doing to me? Cause seriously, I was a splurge fan. Like I was just like, I don't even need the brow palette. I have my splurge, I have everything I need. But I just felt like it was time for me to try this. I already had it and it's in our kudos this month, so people are saving 30%, and it's like I can't talk about a product without knowing about it, and like crap, now what do I do with my brown splurge? I have to use it as a liner. Thank you, Brandy. You have the palette too? How did I not realize that? Oh my gosh. Well, if that makes any difference, Amber, Amber Gilly, she uses both together, and she does her ombre with that. I think she does the splurge over top of it. So, and she's like, I get all the oh no, she said she gets all like this super definition that she wants from the splurge, but she gets like that ombre color from the palette. I like that. Okay, so there you go. Again, this is taking like way longer because I'm on camera. So they're filled in. And then what I really like about the palette is the wax. I don't like to fill my brows in with just a powder because I feel like it's not gonna stay. But then when I have the wax, I feel like that's definitely gonna make it stay. So we're gonna move on to that in a second, but I'm actually gonna try doing the highlight before I do the wax. So I'm just putting a little bit on here. Oh, no, it's fine. You can ask all the questions you want. And in case you didn't hear me say before, this is the first time I've done this on camera. I used it for the first time this morning. I am like truly faithful to my splurge, but I felt like it was time for me to try this, and I was like dumbfounded at how easy it is. So there are two different browns. This is the dark palette, by the way. This is the darkest it comes, so you can get lighter. Like, trust me, you can always go lighter. I think people are always scared that I'm trying to make everybody wear dark brows, and that's not what I'm doing. So you have like a medium brown and a really dark brown, and those are powders. And then you have your two highlights, and this highlight, it looks pink, it does not go on pink, and you'll see that in a second, but you have a pink, which is pretty much a cream, and then you have a cream, like white shimmery highlight. I say white, but it's more like a champagne color. But so this is like I don't even know, it looks different when I put it on my skin, but it's pink. And then this has the shimmer, and then you have the wax to put over the powder, which makes it stay, it tames your brows, it kind of combs everything into place. So that's pretty cool. So for the highlight, I just do the highlight all underneath. And that's why I like having the two-ended brush, because I don't have to use my finger. I can get right up onto the brow with the highlight. And you guys can see that it does have like a slightly pink tint, but as you blend it in, it no longer has that pink tint. It's just like a highlight, right? I don't know, maybe it looks kind of pink on camera. It doesn't really look pink to me in person. It's just like a little bit of brightness. So actually, well, I've already got it on here. So let me do the other one. I was gonna do the full highlight with the two colors, but I already got the pink on here. And I'm actually using more of this than I did this morning. I was kind of scared, so I used very little this morning, but yeah, it does. I like it. It's like, it adds that other dimension that apparently we need, that I didn't know I was missing. All right, so let me just blend that up. And again, this is like no makeup on the rest of my face. I do have the one eye done because I want you guys to see the difference in like when you have both together versus just the brow with nothing, because I think that makes a difference. Okay, so then I'm gonna do this highlight, which is truly a cream. It's a very light color, and you're gonna put that right under the arch. You don't need to put that all over. And that has a really nice shimmer to it. So that's gonna help give you that like raised brow look, and what people like to call like your 5-minute brow lift, because it lets the light reflect off of that, and it makes your brows look like they're like way up here. When you start, you feel like they're like this, and then they go way up. So I may try to get a before and after from this video and compare for you guys, just because I'm doing both at the same time. All right, so here's the fun part, at least for me, is the wax. So I go back to using the angled side of my brush. You do have to be careful. You don't want to leave this in your car because that wax will melt. I can tell it's getting warm even in my hands. So you're just gonna go over. It's almost like if you have short hair and you need to like tame your hairs, like you know how men put gel or mousse in their hair. It's pretty much what you're doing with the wax. Shelly, I'm funny in the whole video, so you're gonna have to clarify like what specifically made you laugh, because I say so many things and I forget about it, and these comments don't come in until like 30 seconds later, and by then I've moved on to a new thought. Yeah, that, or I'm saying lashes when I'm supposed to be saying brows. So you can't really see a lot of difference. I can, and even in the video I can. I feel like this just looks more tame and streamlined than this one, but it's like in the details. Oh yeah, I do that with chapstick all the time and I hate it. I hate that I like lose my chapsticks that way because, you know, we all want to have like the work chapstick, the car chapstick, the bedside chapstick, the kitchen chapstick. And yeah, I can't even do a car chapstick because I'll screw it all up. And yeah, the scrunch face, so this is your normal eyes. See, so you could do the brows and then lift them up, Shelly. But this is like, I just like this a lot. It makes me feel like I'm a professional, if that makes sense. Like without having to be a professional, it makes me feel like I'm a professional. And what's even better is like, I look at myself in the mirror. They do look a little bit darker on camera than they do in the mirror. And that's hard to describe because unless you're like standing here looking at yourself comparing, you don't really know the difference. But they do feel a little more natural looking than my Brandy, I see your comment, I'm gonna answer that. They do feel a little more natural looking than when I do with my splurge, okay? So I'm done, so I can put the brush down, I'm officially done. I can add more highlight if I want. Oh, I did forget to tell you guys, okay. So I can add more highlight up here if I want, right? I can go a little bit crazier especially because it kind of disappears except for the shimmer. You can just do a lot of highlight, but the fun part is, I realized I can do this on my lips too. I can put the highlight right here and then put my lip product on, or even after, and get that like super pouty lip with the highlight right here. It's the perfect like accent. Some people put it right here too, or like just the tip of their nose. I obviously don't need it right now because I have no makeup on and my face is like extremely shiny for no reason. But you can do it on your nose too. So it's kind of a dual product. You can use it, the highlight, you know, for other places. But hey, Kara, if you guys are watching me live, say hi. I'm almost done, but still. So as for the staying power, like Brandy asked, okay, so I did test it out with my finger. My favorite thing to do with my splurge at the end of the day is rub my finger all over it and it stays like crazy. Hey, I will say this does not stay as well, although I think it stays well enough. So I rubbed, and I can't do it now because even with the splurge, I have to let it set. I have to let it set like, I don't know, a good 30 minutes or an hour. I never, oh God. Yeah, but it's fashionably late. Fashionably late is important. So I never rub my brows right after I do them, even with the splurge. But I go to the gym with my makeup still on and I sweat and I rub my face and it never comes off. I think, and I didn't go to the gym today with this on, so I have to try it tomorrow, but I think that it's going to stay because even when I did the finger test and rubbed, there was a little bit that like kind of rubbed off to the side here, but you could only tell it was there if you were like hardcore looking for it, which I was because I'm like trying to test out the product. But that leads me to believe that even if I sweat, it's really not going to go anywhere, or if I get my face wet, it's really not going to go anywhere. The benefit to this not staying as well as the splurge is that it will come off a little bit easier. I like to use baby wipes to take most of my makeup off, except when I use my Epic mascara. I do have to use, or my waterproof Epic, I have to use the cleansing stick to get that off. There's literally nothing else I can use that will take it off. But I like to use baby wipes for everything else, and it's harder to get the splurge off with the baby wipes than it is to get this off. So it's a give and a take. I mean, if this can stay through me sweating at the gym and me wiping my face, then I'm golden. Because in actuality, who rubs their brows like that? Like, it's an awesome trick for me to be able to show you guys the staying power. But on a daily basis, I don't just sit there and rub my brows, and I don't think anybody else really does either. So, there you go. That's it. And again, I promised I would show you, there's one eye with the mascara and the brow, and then there's one eye with just the brow, okay? So you can see that once I've added the mascara over here, this eye is a little bit brighter and bolder and stands out more. So I didn't intend to do like a full face because obviously with a full face it would look a lot better, but I didn't want you to be kind of like underwhelmed by the results of the brow because I didn't have the mascara. So this is just the brow, and this is the brow with mascara, and you can see that it's just a little bit more of like a brighter look once you've finished everything. So this is still great. This is even better. And if I had my whole makeup on, that would be even better. Light and dark brown. There's actually three versions. Oops, there's actually three versions of this. So there's one for blonde, there's one for brunette, and then this is the darkest one, which is like dark brown slash black, right? So, excuse me. That's an air burp, okay? I haven't eaten since lunch. That's the air burp. And that's how you know I'm live. So I don't know, I really like this. I think I'm sold. I'm gonna continue to use this at least for a little while. It's cute, it makes me feel like a professional, and it works really well. And Brandy, I will definitely keep you guys posted on the staying power because I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow, and I always go with my full face on, and we'll see how it works. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I love you so much. Have a good night and happy early Friday. Bye.